Assalamu alaikum. Today we will cover the anatomy of the blood supply of the brain. First, we'll start with the first system of supply, which is the carotid artery. This is the common carotid artery, and it bifurcates at the upper border of the thyroid gland into external carotid artery and internal carotid artery. The external carotid artery goes into many branches, supplying the superficial skull. I will put up a slide on more detail on the external carotid artery. Okay, the internal carotid artery has four parts. Firstly, the cervical part outside, and then it goes into the carotid canal, becoming the petrous part, and then it comes out, becoming the cavernous part, and after that it becomes the cerebral part. It branches into several parts: the middle cerebral artery, the anterior cerebral artery, the ophthalmic artery, this one going in with the optic nerve, and the posterior communicating artery going to the back with the circle of Willis. Okay, now we'll talk about the other main system of blood supply to the brain. We have two vertebral arteries. They start from outside of the foramen transversum, and they go into the sixth vertebral foramen transversum. This is their first part outside, and then they go inside, passing through the sixth vertebra, and then they go through. Then they pass through the suboccipital triangle to enter the foramen magnum, as you can see right here. Okay. And then they pass on the ventral side of the medulla oblongata, and they join together to make the basilar artery. Now we'll go over this view. This number 18 right here is the vertebral artery coming from both sides, here and here. It makes this one number 20, which is the posterior inferior cerebellar artery. These two. And this is the spinal cord. Okay, there are two arteries here that we can see behind the spinal cord on the lateral side, which are the two posterior spinal arteries. This is the anterior spinal artery. Okay, now we have the basilar artery, this big one. It makes many branches. We'll go through them from inferior to superior. The first one is the anterior inferior cerebellar artery, this one. And then we get the labyrinthine artery. And then we cannot see, they're not present in this one. We can see them here. We have the pontine arteries, several small ones going to both sides, anterior to the pons. Then lastly, we have the superior cerebellar artery, this one right here. And then we have this big one, which is the posterior cerebral artery. Okay, now connecting both systems together. Here, lastly we said this is the posterior cerebral artery. This is the anterior cerebral artery. This is the middle cerebral artery. And here we have the anterior it's not present here, but we have the anterior communicating artery connecting both anterior cerebral arteries. And we have the posterior communicating artery that will connect the carotid with the posterior cerebral artery. As you can see, this is the posterior communicating artery, and this whole thing creates the circle of Willis. It looks like a circle. I'll put up a picture which is clearer than this. You can see it as a circle.